Okay, if it's your first time of visiting my channel, this is a Seer. If you find what I do here helpful, don't just watch and go. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, guys, today I want to talk about spiritual calendar. Yes, spiritual calendar do exist. For those of you that are very much familiar with Ifa, there's what we call Ewo. That is the day that Afa will always suggest you do any spiritual work you want to do that has to do with breakthrough. Now, forget about the human calendar, right? We have a spiritual calendar, and that spiritual calendar, today is the beginning of that day in spiritual calendar. It does not follow Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. And this spiritual calendar is for 4 days in a week. In spiritual calendar, we have 4 days in a week. So after that 4 days, another week starts. So this spiritual calendar I want to teach you, if you can understand what I'm teaching about this, what I'm going to teach you about this spiritual calendar now, it will save you a lot of stress, and at the same time, it will make some certain work you are going to do to be more powerful for you. And this is one of my secrets I'm going to review for you. There are some work I want to do for people, right? And some of you that know me very well, even if I have the things I need for that work, right, they will come, hey, when are you going to do my work? I will tell them, okay, I'm going to do your work on Saturday. I'm going to do your work on Friday. I have reasons why I'm doing some certain work in a certain day, I'm doing some certain work in another day. I made a video on this before that. We have different days, and different day carries different energy. Like the energy, like we have day and night for 2 reasons: to my perspective, one, to rest, and two, so that spiritually can take their can let me say the spiritual can take their own effect at night, so that the next day the effect can be felt. And what you have to understand is that once it is day, and the days changes to another day, which we call it like Monday or Tuesday, those days have different energy. The energy carries by Monday is different from, okay, hi, hello, I greet you, Amelia, I greet you, okay. The energy carried by Monday is different from the energy carried by Tuesday, and the energy carried by Tuesday is different from the energy carried by Wednesday. So I made a video on this before. I told you, if you are the kind of person that you want to do work, like, check my channel, you will see I have a video titled different day and different spiritual work you can do. Greetings, Nke, I greet you especially too. Okay, I told you, Monday the kind of work you can do, Tuesday the kind of work, Wednesday, of which I make reference. If you want to do a revenge work like back to sender, you either do it either Tuesday or Saturday, or maybe if you want to do love spell, you do it Friday is the best day to do love spell. If you want to do a breakthrough work, Wednesday the best day. So check that video. You see different day from Monday to Saturday, Sunday. I made mention of different spiritual work which is better to do that days. But apart from this, I want to teach you guys a secret. I don't believe if anybody have revealed the secret, but I want to take it. It's one of my favorite secrets that has make most of the spiritual work I'm doing to work for me. Now, we have what we call spiritual calendar. It's different from the normal human calendar we have. It's different from the traditional calendar we have. We have traditional calendar, like Idibo will tell you, or Ko Afo, right? We have traditional calendar, but we have what we call spiritual calendar. I say the spiritual calendar. Today is the first day. Today is Saturday. Today is Saturday. Saturday 20. Today is 25th August, right? 25th August, Saturday. Now, today is the beginning of that day, of that spiritual calendar. Today. Then, like today now, like a day, like let me start it like this. This spiritual calendar is 4 days, right? Like today now is the first day. You can do the work today. Like any spiritual work you want to do that has to do with your progress, you can do it today. Like me, any most spiritual work that has to do with progress, I can do it today. Like, sorry, I said today. Today is the end. Sorry, not today is the beginning of the new calendar. Today is the end of the calendar. Like today is like Saturday in the spiritual calendar. It's a coincidence. It doesn't always make Saturday. So today is the last day of the spiritual calendar. Now, most work I normally do it the last day. That's any work that has to do with progress. We normally do it the last day of the calendar, or a day to the last day of the calendar, and this calendar is four days in a week. Okay, so thank you very much. Today is 24th August. I said 25th. Don't mind me. I'm always at home. Try to put 1 or 2 things for people. Okay. Now, today is the last day of that calendar. Like tomorrow, now mark another day, which is, let me see, tomorrow Sunday. So you'll be cutting like this. Okay, take now. How will you know this calendar? The secret of you knowing this calendar now, know that today is the end of the spiritual calendar, and that spiritual calendar is for Sunday. So today is the end of the spiritual calendar. So tomorrow starts the new day of the spiritual calendar. That's today be 24th of August, right? The new spiritual calendar. So tomorrow start the new spiritual calendar, which is on Sunday, which is Sunday. Next tomorrow, the second day of the spiritual calendar, which is on Monday. Then 3 days coming, which is the third day of the spiritual calendar, which is on Tuesday. Wednesday is the last day of the spiritual calendar again, which is Wednesday, which is on Wednesday. Is the last day of the spiritual calendar. So any spiritual work you want to do that has to do with progress. So you can see it now. Knowing the spiritual calendar, you can do it Tuesday, Wednesday, a day to the last day of the spiritual calendar, or a day of the or that's the last day of the spiritual calendar. These 2 days are the best days to to do any work that has to do with breakthrough, to cut out of witch's spell, to cut out from a course, anything that has to do with progress. A day to the last day of the spiritual calendar, and the last day of the spiritual calendar is always the best day to do it. So, starting from today, you know that it's 4 days. You can always use that one to know, okay, today 24th August. Okay, today is the last day. Tomorrow will mark another new day of the spiritual calendar. Another day, another day. So you use it. It's after it's for 4 days. The spiritual calendar is for 4 days. So any work that you have to do that has to do with progress. Always do it the last day of the spiritual calendar, or a day to the last of spiritual calendar. So any work you want to do that has to do with back to sender, something that has to do with to remove sickness. For example, maybe somebody you are spiritually, somebody meets you and that person is seriously sick. And you want to do work to remove that sickness, to remove whatever they have deposited on somebody. Do it the first day of the spiritual calendar, which is tomorrow. Like any work that has to do with cleansing, that has to do with removing negativity. So we call it spiritually, we call tomorrow the sweeping day. Spiritually, right? If those of you that are familiar with the spirit will understand what I'm saying. So, like tomorrow now, we call it the sweeping day, Afumoto. That is the sweeping day in the language. Okay, so that sweeping day means the day we pack away all the things we don't want. So, like that first day of the spiritual calendar now is the best day for you to like remove everything you don't work in your life, like taking spiritual bath, like doing back to sender, like like anything at all that is not good. That's the first day of the week of the spiritual calendar, which is tomorrow. Okay, I told that today is the last day, which is of the spiritual calendar. The next tomorrow now, which is the second day of the spiritual calendar, is the best day for you to do any work that has to do with do or die. Like for example, maybe you notice now that maybe two people are having court case and you want this person to win. A work that has to do with maybe when two people are dragging something. So maybe when two people are dragging something, like maybe me and you, Mr. A is dragging something with Mr. B, and you want to do work for somebody, so that's that person. The it is the second day of the spiritual calendar. Is the best day to do such work. Is the best day to do such work. Then any day, that is that one. Then that is the second day of the spiritual calendar. Then the third day of the spiritual calendar, as the last day of the spiritual calendar, you can do any work that has to do with progress. You are making prayer for progress. You are making prayer for favor. You are making prayers for financial breakthrough. Among all this, that third day of the spiritual calendar is the most powerful day among the 4 days of the spiritual calendar. I don't know if a lot of spiritualists know this. That's why sometimes, now let me give you a start. Sometimes, right, you as a spiritualist, I'm talking to you now, you notice that you do a particular thing for somebody, and that particular thing you do for somebody, it will work very well. Then you do the same thing for another person, but it did not work for that person. Why? It can be in the sense that it falls on the spiritual day, which that energy is from. You are supposed to do that thing, but you don't know it. It happened coincidentally. Maybe like you do maybe somebody, so you did cleansing for somebody now, you are doing cleansing for somebody tomorrow, you do it, which is the first day of the spiritual calendar. That cleansing work, and you do the same cleansing for another person, maybe you now do it at the third day or the last day of the spiritual calendar. It might not be as effective as that one you do the day you are supposed to do it. So each spiritual work has their day. I will have what we call spiritual calendar. I'm explaining to you. So the first one, I said the first day, today is the last day of the spiritual calendar. Tomorrow mark another day of the spiritual calendar at a specific hour to do the prayers. Now, at a specific hour to do the prayers, depending on the prayer you want to do. Like if you are doing cleansing to remove yourself from negativity, like witches, pen, and the rest, the best day to do that prayer, the best time to do that prayer is in the evening. But if it is something you are doing cleansing, and that cleansing you are doing is like maybe you normally have a cobweb attack. You are doing cleansing for that day for cobweb attack. The best is in the morning. So depending on what you want to do will determine. Does not have a general time. Depending on the kind of work you want to do will determine the best time for you to do it. Okay, will determine the best time for you to do it, for the best that has a specific hour. And I have noticed that daytime, any type of prayer you want to do at all, daytime around 4:20 is the best time to pray. Daytime, you see, 4:20 p.m. This was revealed to me when we were making prayers in my 12:30 group prayers. So see that 12, see that 4 p.m., 4:20 p.m. That period, within that 5 minutes, between 20 to 25 minutes, there's this gate of heaven that is being opened. That any prayer you make in that period, it is be answered fast. And you see 3:20 a.m. in the morning, there's this time that God will open that gate, that whatever you seek for that moment, it will be given to you. So take advantage of this time, know the secret. Try pray 3:20 a.m. and 4:20 p.m. This is the best time for you to pray for God to bless you, okay? So, depending on the kind of bath you want to take, that will determine the specific time you will take that bath, okay? So, this is it. Learn the spiritual calendar is going to help you. Write it down. Today, 24th, is the first day is the last day of the spiritual calendar. Tomorrow is going to be the first day. Next tomorrow will be the third day. 3 days coming will be the fourth day, which is a Tuesday. Is the third day, which is the most powerful day. And the last day is Wednesday. Okay, so I just to this night, I just want to teach you guys one of my secrets. These are some of the secrets that makes most of my work to work very well, because I know each day and the time I'm supposed to do it each day, and the kind of work I'm supposed to do that day. So this is spiritual calendar that the spirit have taught to me, and that I have dashed you free today, of which is not everybody it's not everybody that will want to teach you some certain deep secret, just like the way I'm teaching you. So if you think I'm too much, don't just watch my video and go. You clicking that like button means so much to me. To make me believe that yes, these guys love what I'm doing. And in return, what you love is what I'll be giving you. It's in return, I'll be teaching you more of such stuff I find out that people love the most. So if you find this video helpful so far, don't just watch and go. Like, okay, share and subscribe. And God bless you. See you guys in the other day. I have some calls and I need to attend to people. Bye for now.